ECE Homework number 3. This week we were asked to design 3 programs. The first one deals with inputting a 6-digit number, and the output has each separate digit as one higher. The second one deals with a formula calculating wind chill, and the third deals with entering the positive quadratic formula for P. So getting into the code, here's what I did for question number 1. As always, starting off with the stdio.h and main function. So after that, we have the declaration of variables, a lot of them, and we have the entry of the values. So please enter a 6-digit number, which is n here, and I have t as a temporary variable, so you set that equal to n, and n1, which is going to be the first digit in the number, is going to be t divided by 1,000, and then the remainder of that will be what we use to find n2 divided by 10,000, n3 divided by 1,000, n4 divided by 100, n5 divided by 10, and then t, which is just the remainder of that. And now that they're all split up, we can set each of these equal to a new number, a, b, c, d, e, and f. And we take all of the numbers that we found, we add 1 to them, and then we take the modulus, the remainder, by 10. That way, for, like in the first question, the 9 plus 1 would in theory be 10, but now, with the modulus, it would give us a 0. So, going to test that program out, what's the number used? 393201. So, execute, run, please enter a 6-digit number, 393201, and it gives 404312, which 404312. So it worked. And as you can see, that 9 went to 0 because we took the modulus of it, the remainder, and popped out this number. So the second program deals with the wind chill factor. So now we need to include the math.h for the extra math functions, like exponents. So, as always, declare the variables and get the numerical values entered. And after that, it can just be sent right to the formula, where, as seen here, it's dependent on T, as in temperature, and the wind factor, or not wind factor, the wind velocity. And it takes that, plugs it into the formula, which was depended on, here's where we had to use the math.h to get the exponent, and 35.74 plus 0.6215 times t plus all this stuff. So, got that in the code, it'll print it, and end. So, let's try it out. And the temperature needs to be less than 50 degrees, so let's do 30 degrees. And the wind velocity needs to be greater than 10, so let's do 20, 30 and 20. So the wind chill factor is 17.4, rounding up. Now I can go to the website, wind chill factor, and it is 30 degrees Fahrenheit and 20 miles per hour. 17.4 and 17.4. So pretty close, just a little off with all the strange numbers that we have to multiply by, as well as the exponent to the 0.16. But for most cases, they just round up to the first decimal point. And then here's the one that deals with the quadratic formula. So once again, we need to include the math, and after that, obviously the stdio.h and the main function. After that, the declaration of variables and entry of the values. So A, B, and C are going to be what we're working with for our formula. And then I use D to get B squared. And after that, I used E to get the stuff inside the square root and the absolute value. I used F to get the absolute value, which has to be floated. And then I used G to take the square root of F. And then I used P to get the full formula. So negative B plus the square root of B squared minus 4AC over 2A. And then print the results and end it. So for this, I wrote out here just an example where A is 1, B is negative 5, and C is negative 14. When you plug that in, you get negative 5 for the B, then negative 5 squared, B squared, minus 4 times A, or 1, and 4AC, negative 14. So when you plug that in, you get 5 plus the square root of the absolute value of 81, which is just 81. The square root of 81 is 9. So it's 5 plus 9, which is 14 over 2, which gives a value of 7. So when we try this out, here we go. Moved it. Move it back here. Execute, run. What are the values of A, B, and C? 1, negative 5, and negative 14. And like that, it'll give 7. And this can even be done with, like, say, where's execute? There it is. Run 1, 0, 0, and it'll give 0. So, works pretty well for solving that, finding that parameter. So, that is everything. The 3 codes, and here in Dev C++. As always, I'll add the comments and turn in the code and link the video. Thank you very much. Have a good one.